My name is Julie Biddle, as I said earlier, and I just wanted to say that I was really impressed by Kelly's speech, and not for the same reason that the tax geeks like, but the budgeting part, personal finance is really important to me, and so I was excited about her presentation on budgeting. That was a former responsibility for me, and then the money camp for the kids. I think that's like long overdue that kids are exposed to budgeting and money management. Just recently, I wanted to say I opened up individual retirement accounts for my 14, 15, and 16-year-olds because that's how important I think budgeting is, and that's how important I think it is to start saving for retirement right away. So that was really important to me. And I wanted also to comment on Bruce's presentation because I've learned so much from Bruce from working with him. He knows so much about investing and benefits. I've had a great pleasure of working with him, and I just hold him in high esteem. Like Bruce, I graduated from Lathrop. I was 13th in my class after only going to Lathrop for 2 years. I loved it there. My kids go there. After I graduated from there, I came up to the university and I stayed up here for 2 really average years and decided I wanted to go somewhere else. So I applied to UC Santa Barbara and I got accepted and I went to that school. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved the ocean. I loved the business economics. After I graduated from there, came back here. I was a automobile claims adjuster for State Farm. And I loved that position. I had my child and decided I wanted to work more with Native people. So I resigned from there, went to work at the Institute of Alaska Native Arts. It's an organization that doesn't exist anymore, but it has to do with grants for artists and art, anything art. And I worked there for a year, and that was amazing. We have amazing artists in our state. After I did that, I applied for a job as an information specialist at Doyon Limited. And I worked at Doyon for 15 years. I started out as the information specialist and slowly moved my way to the shareholder records manager, director of administration, VP of shareholder services. My job was restructured. I decided to take time off. I came up here and I had the fortunate opportunity to work with Bernice Joseph, the late Bernice Joseph, and she was an amazing mentor, and that inspired me to go back and get my master's degree. So I came here, got my master's degree in business administration with the emphasis in capital markets, the same one that Abby got. And then I applied to Doyon, and I worked there for 5 years as a financial analyst. And my reason for working there was to gain more experience to strengthen my management skills. And I did that. And recently, this is the bulk of my speech, not so much on the education part, but more on the soft skills. Amazing things have happened through my training in two areas. The Doyon management training, that's now called Doyon leadership training. You work on soft skills, professional and personal development. You're given tools to help you better yourself in your personal and professional life. And that was just an amazing, life-changing experience. After I went through that first class, I ran 3 marathons, the Equinox marathons, which I never thought I would be able to do, but I'd always dreamed about. And another training that I really enjoyed, it's actually a test, the Myers-Briggs type indicator. If I had that when I was a high school student, I think my life would have been totally different because I would have known better what I had passion about and what my areas of interest were. I really would recommend anyone to take that test, even kids. I plan on giving it to my teenagers just so that they have a better idea going forward what they want to do in life. It's a great tool. 3 things that to consider during your phase, from your transition phase from education to work. There's 3 things that I thought that were really important and things that I learned through working and going to school. I think that you have to dig deep to understand what passions you hold, because those passions, they hold answers to what you want to do. I know when I was in school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had a poli-sci major because my friends were majoring in that. Then I switched to business. And so I think you really have to discover what your passions are. Don't be afraid to take risks. And that's a lesson I definitely learned from Bruce and all of the information he's shared with me in investing. So that is a key lesson. And be open to being uncomfortable. That's where the growth is. Being uncomfortable, getting out of that comfort zone and doing things that you never thought you would do or aspired to do, that is definitely learning territory. And most recently, in the past year, I've had the opportunity to do personal coaching with a personal coach and a personal professional coach. And during that time, I've had tools to help me attack some limiting beliefs that I had. I think most of us have limiting beliefs that we get in childhood, and we don't know they're there. They're subconscious. But there's times when you know, I'm thinking, oh, I would love to go do this grant for this artwork, and there's a part of you that says, oh, I can't do that because. Whatever is that because, I'm too old, I'm not good enough artist. Those are limiting beliefs, and we don't even realize that we're saying them when they come up. So learn what your limiting beliefs are and work to overcome them. Learn how to implement empowering beliefs in their place. This will be one of the greatest things that you can do for yourself. The books that I recommend, and yes, they're self-help books, but they're awesome. There's a book called Now, Discover Your Strengths by Marcus Buckingham. In that book, I really love that philosophy of that book because it wasn't focusing on your weaknesses. It was because we could do that till we die. It was focusing on your strengths and making those even stronger. And so check that book out. Another book that I'd recommend is You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. That was an eye-opening book too. In closing, I want to say that your education never ends. You learn and you grow or you become stagnant. I plan on learning for the rest of my life, formally and informally. Always live your life around education and educating yourself and becoming better. That's my little spiel. I think my focus is more on the soft skills part because I had education. I do plan on going back and getting my doctorate. Once my kids are mostly through high school, I want to do that, and I'd like to get it in business or economics or math. I'm not sure what yet, but from the coaching that I have, I think I'm going to be able to do that and love it. Any questions?
It's not a question, but it's a comment. I did not pay her. This came as a total surprise. If you knew how much we bicker and argue, you would be amazed that she said these kind of things. Abby might be able to attest to this, but yeah, quite shocking.
She said the uncomfortable is where the
See, right there.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I made her quite uncomfortable.
Thank you.